Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Tonight, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Chicago Bears. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
Had an up-and-down rookie season, but at times definitely showed exactly why he was so highly regarded coming out of college. Threw for 20 touchdowns as a rookie, but expects to take a massive leap with his new head coach, Ben Johnson, calling plays and designing the offense.
Play action. Now Williams. And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
That's a play that may get lost in the grand scheme of things, but one thing's for sure. You certainly don't want to go 3 and out to start the game. So that's a nice job of finding the right play call and coming up with a first down.
And again, back to Komet. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here's 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Williams. Eluding the pressure running. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
On 3rd and short, not only did he get away from the rush and pick up a first down, he picked up a whole lot more than that. And how did he get it done? Evaded the rush, kept his poise, and then how about him directing traffic as he moved downfield to pick up extra blockers? A really nice run.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Swift. And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. No luck whatsoever there on the draw.
Yeah, they're supposed to use their aggressiveness against them. That was the hope. But maybe they had too big of a meal last night. A half step slow, and he ends up running right into the meat of the defense.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go. Here's Williams. That's complete to his rookie second-round pick. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10. Now a first carry here for the running back. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
That's good for another Chicago Bears.
The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line.
You're going to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4. Those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
First down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
On the ground with a tight end. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Swift is into the end zone for a Bears touchdown. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold.
And I know that last year in 2024, New York Jets fans were watching him and saying, that's the guy we thought we were going to get. But he found his groove in Minnesota, finished in the top 5 in passing yards and touchdowns last year. Now in Seattle, ready to prove that last season was no fluke.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Here's Darnold. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 yards that time.
First down, Seahawks.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Off of play action, Darnold. Open man is Barner, the tight end. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the 50, it's Darnold. He finds his man, complete. It's Horton.
Complete to Torrey Horton. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Darnold, a sneak. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. After the run, now Darnold to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kevin Byard, the Middle Tennessee Blue Raider, gets the sack.
It's 2nd down.
Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
For a Bears first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Looking to throw is Williams. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it second down.
At the 44-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. Now 2nd and 3. As they've got it as we resume action. From the gun, here's Williams. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And the Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
To the air, Williams. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. That good for 19 and a first down. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
Here's Williams. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Seahawks are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 3rd and 8. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And they get him down, but not before before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
First down, Seattle.
Well, there wasn't much of a window there, Charles. Had to deal with a couple of defenders, but able to find his big tight end.
And, partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big tight ends because you have a size advantage on just about anyone trying to cover you, and you use your body to create some space.
Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The 4-3 defense there did its job, funneled things right to the middle linebacker.
If they do a nice job of playing team defense, everyone takes care of their responsibilities. That allows that guy in the middle to do his job, which is search and destroy.
And Darnold just beating the play clock. A quick throw there is incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game, you know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Darnold. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, partner, I wasn't good enough to get this done, but I played with plenty of guys who did. When they spotted wide receiver screen and they got to the football fast and blew the whole thing up, the same result as we just saw usually happened. No gain.
Throwing is Williams. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's fourth down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
And the Seahawks first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Now Darnold setting up the screen here. This is Walker. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first.
That's just what you call a chain mover right there. Nothing fancy. Get the ball out to the back, and you're asking him to make a little bit extra out of maybe what is nothing, and he does exactly that, picks up the first down. I can't wait till we get to the point, partner, where we're not saying chain mover, but we're saying laser pointer, picks it up for the first down.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. This is 2nd and 8. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man right side is cut, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, You're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw, Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
The screen was executed and completed, but where's the worry on the play? How many times is a quarterback going to get hit? Because offensive linemen have to do an acting job of making sure it looks like they're whiffing on blocks. But you got to slow them down a little bit, because if you don't, that's a lot of big guys coming at your quarterback in a big, fast way. And boy, he can get hurt.
They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Good for a Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Working out of the gun, Williams. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Williams. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. To throw is Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they've got the football, and they're already knocking on the door inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Williams now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Luther Burden from 3 yards out. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Santos now to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Bears.
Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he powers his way up past the 30. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now 2nd and 5. A quick throw caught by Kupp out wide. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout.
10 yards.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
At their 49-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Back to throw, Darnold. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
It's third down and less than a yard.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Again, Darnold. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. He'll lose a couple on what should be the final play of the first half. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Looking to put a drive together. Third quarter begins with a run by Walker. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
He's taken down at the 30.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Darnold. Now that'll be caught by Cobb. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now it's Darnold. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Darnold, he can beat you in a number of ways, and they're the scramble for the first.
First down, Seattle.
Throw left side complete. That's Horton. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the Bears' 38-yard line.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
He's tackled at the
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on 1st down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up 2nd and 3rd down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But, boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
They're just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Darnold now to throw. He finds Smith and Jigba. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawks field goal. He hit his first, this one from 38. Myers' kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7. Looking to throw is Williams. He's got this complete to Burden. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. Williams. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd down and 3. A play fake, and it's Darnold. We'll get that to Charbonnet. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. And the Seahawks 1st down.
On the counter, it's Walker. And this will be a Seahawks 1st down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
At the 43-yard line.
Give every member of that unit a ton of credit for ripping off such a big gain there, because you don't get free for that many yards on a counter or misdirection without everybody selling the heck out of it.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Called a gain of 3 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
And it's 3rd down.
He'll drop to throw. Going deep for Walker. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Here's Williams. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A huge play there for Chicago. 51 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 74 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
23-yard line.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
To the air, Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 on the Seahawks 16-yard line.
On play action, here's Williams. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Durham Smythe. Incomplete. Devin Witherspoon on the coverage.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Caleb Williams, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Bears go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Now the point after try for Santos. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6.
Makes the score Bears.
So this drive spans 7 plays and was polished off by the touchdown run from the 16-yard line. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Seahawks.
Now that's how you start a drive. Not only do you pick up a 1st down, you do it on a chunk play. Big yardage, and now you put a little bit of a dent in the confidence of the defense.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
No gain on the play.
CD, put on your OC cap here. What do you do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback and giving him a run-pass option.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. Now Darnold. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards you needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
Play action. It's Darnold. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll look to throw here. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Tano Passanio in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Smith and Jigba with a grab. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 17-yard line.
2nd down and a yard. To throw is Darnold. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3.
First down, Seahawks.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Faking the give, Darnold. He completes this to Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was Ken Walker who finished things off with a touchdown catch. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Bears offense and running back DeAndre Swift headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And he'll have it past midfield, almost close to the 40 before being taken down. 94 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
At the 42-yard line.
Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
There's a short one caught by Loveland. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line.
They'll run the draw here with Swift. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He's taken down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 5 out of 9 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
This has been a tremendous drive to this point, and this is all you want, playing with a lead in the 4th quarter. If you can keep the ball on the ground, keep the sticks moving, you're going to be in good shape to finish this one off.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 2 yards the gain of the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll go play action here with Williams. Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Timing was just a bit off, and that can happen occasionally, even with these fine professionals in the NFL.
But on those out routes, that requires precision, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. Everyone has to be in sync from the time the quarterback hits his back foot and delivers the ball to the receiver turning to find it.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. So a big one coming now for Cairo Santos. This to make it a 2-score game. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. Oh, able to avoid him. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And out now come the Seahawks. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Looking to put a drive together. the bootleg. Darnold. He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
6-yard pickup.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. This 2nd and 4. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. 3rd and 3. Now it's Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And complete to Smith and Jigba. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bears' 40-yard line.
Darnold now to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there. And it's 3rd and 4.
3rd down and 4 yards to go.
Here's Darnold. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 28. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Here's Darnold. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 24-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 coming up. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold.
Sam Darnold scrambles from the pocket. 1st and goal, Seattle.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And he's got it.
How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
2nd down, goal to go. Darnold. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Tough there, good pass, hit the hands, he just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
90 ticks to go. Still time, but they need this onside kick. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
The Bears offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he's been the focal point of this offense. And when you get a performance like this, you can almost invariably add that the offensive line play has also been stellar. And that's definitely been the case here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Over the middle, he's going to find Burden. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Swift going to try up the middle. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. To throw, Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go. Here's Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout.
That's good.
And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big 4th quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? In the 4th quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because, remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.